Boom!
Ba-boom!
Number 1 first episode of BrainCake. Finally, it's been a year in the making. How's everybody doing?
We are doing. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
I know you talked to the audience, but
They can't
I wanted
respond.
to say hi and how are you and how's everyone?
Yeah.
Good.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a crowded room.
Yeah.
It's like the podcasting is so strange because, I mean, you're not in front of an audience, but you're talking to an audience, you know?
Tell them to wipe your ass when you're done.
Yeah.
You can if you want to. You have that power.
You have to?
They don't have anything to say back to you. They can unless they use their fingers.
It's true. They can't stop you.
What are they going to do? Send in a voicemail? Fuck them. Fuck them people.
They could send an email where it's like really disconnected and they don't think about how it's affecting the other person, and so they end up being more rude than they should and more rude than they would if it was in real life.
Yeah, that person's not real. That other person's not real. Fuck them.
Do people use
don't see
emails?
them.
It's a simulation.
No.
It's a simulator to hurt people's feelings.
We might as well have said Yahoo Messenger, honestly.
You know, you have Farm Simulator. This is Emotional Hurt Simulator. You're able to do that online free of charge and harass anyone you want to, really, and say, fuck you, fatty. You know, you don't even have to put LOL JK after it. You can say it with pure meanness.
Have you guys
Okay.
ever left a mean comment on anything? Because I don't think I have.
On
A
WKYT.
mean one?
On a local...
Those comments are so goddamn brain dead.
I've argued with people before, and I think I've tweeted at the president snarky shit before.
I think I've done that once. But
I've
that's
never.
Twitter. I'm a different human on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah, Twitter's soulless.
It's just art, man.
Twitter is unleashed.
art,
me.
yeah. How is it that you're a different person on Twitter?
I don't know anybody on Twitter personally.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of like a handful of people. And the handful of people that are on Twitter either don't use Twitter enough to give a fuck, or it's people that I wouldn't care to divulge those type of thoughts and comments to.
Isn't that weird, though, that you feel comfortable doing it on social media when...
Well, mostly none of my family is on Twitter. That's
Yeah.
the thing. None of them would know how to use Twitter. Really.
But that's the thing is, like, on certain platforms, we feel more comfortable being ourselves when anybody can view it. You know what I mean? When, like, in private, you're just with, you know, whoever you're with, but you still feel like you're isolated on social media somehow.
You're always so alone.
Just because there's so much of it.
Yeah,
It is.
that's
There's
true.
an overabundance,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's weird how, like, different types of people gravitate to different types of social media, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Facebook is definitely the older people choice.
Yeah, anymore it is. I mean, like, Facebook numbers, I feel like, haven't they dropped in the past few years? I thought that was the thing. Like, they dropped amongst, like, younger users in the past few years because they just moved on to other platforms, while older people have remained on Facebook.
I wonder why that is, though.
I guess probably because all the old fucks are on Facebook. That's probably the
Yeah.
reason. Like, leave us alone. Fucking, if I was a 18-year-old woman on Facebook, I'd be like, oh my god, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Like, just straight up, I would be like, can you imagine the type of bullshit you get on a regular basis?
Well, it's kind of like when I was a kid, everybody that was cool on the edge of the internet was in Tumblr. And
Yeah.
now Tumblr's like the asshole website.
Yeah.
And people don't use it as much unless they're just scrolling through shit to look at it. Nobody posts on Tumblr unless it's kind of like Instagram, unless they're super full of whatever they have to say.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is Tumblr even really
Pictures.
relevant
No.
anymore?
No,
Tumblr
they took
died.
porn off of it.
Yeah. Tumblr died because they got rid of porn,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
is now all over Twitter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, whenever I saw
Post.
Tumblr, that's literally all, like 90% of everything I saw was probably porn.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
that's
like,
what I followed mostly.
On Tumblr?
I'm not surprised. So.
I don't, tell me if I'm wrong, but I always felt like Tumblr it felt a little more personal, almost like a diary
Like
type.
a MySpace, like,
could be.
scattered.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a MySpace. If
It could be. if
Like
you
a
let
My
it be.
Yearbook.
My yearbook.
Y'all I follow
Bebo.
were into that, and I never did post anything. I just would look at things and then
Follow
like
things.
and follow people.
Yeah.
You know what? I felt I had like a secret Tumblr account that I didn't tell anybody about, and I felt really comfortable posting anything on there.
I feel like most Tumblr accounts are secret.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
Tumblr accounts were completely private where nobody divulged who they were.
So, like, what does that say about us? Does that say, like, we need to be, like, writing in diaries more?
Probably.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's a cry for knowledge of your brain to spill out on a paper so it can be into your private possession.
Well, it's got like a community, like communication thing to it too. You know, you're trying to talk to somebody about it. You're
Yeah.
not just trying to write it down. You're trying to have somebody respond to it.
Well, I heard years ago somebody say, "Oh my God, God damn it, fuck me in the butt." That isn't the quote.
You heard him say that one?
No,
I thought it was the quote.
no. The quote was, "Used to be we would write in a journal and get mad when people would read it. Now we post our personal thoughts on social media and get mad when people don't."
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's
there-
true.
I mean, it's very true. It's like, you can post the most personal shit on Facebook. If it doesn't get enough likes or reactions, you might just take it down. Why?
Yeah.
Because people didn't read that person. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like, you shouldn't be that personal on social media anyway.
Do you
No.
think that in the future there will be more ways to easily connect with the people that are like you? Like, there'll maybe be a platform that immediately connects you with people that have similar YouTube searches and like have similar likes on Facebook, and you're just immediately like in a group of people who are similar to you.
I
You know
feel
what I
like advertisement wise, it'll go like that. But meeting people and stuff, I think anything that'll just get stricter,
Yeah,
get tighter.
Isn't that kind of like how Google Plus works?
yeah, but nobody used Google Plus,
No.
did
Yeah,
they?
nobody
people were
wanted
like,
it.
"Oh no,
Should've
fuck
done
that shit."
Nobody
Yeah.
wanted it.
But it wasn't personal enough either, I feel like.
No.
It was not easy to use either.
Yeah.
Google Plus was not.
I
it
would
was
like
not
to
easily
think
accessible.
that, like, society will be smart enough to know that you have to have a diverse group of people. You can't just always be around the people that are like you.
Yeah, that's a really
Not
good
looking
point.
like that right now.
I know,
Yeah,
because
I know.
if you look at it, the way that
Sad.
advertising and social media works right now is they will lump you with like-minded people. You don't have an option about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's together
They
in hive
literally
minds.
they don't put them in order of when they were posted anymore on your Facebook.
No, it's
timeline.
algorithmically by shares and likes. The interactions, they call it.
How likely you are to agree with what's being
Yeah.
posted.
And it's not real, like, it creates an echo chamber. And
Yeah.
it's like you get on social media and you follow people who you like, and it suggests things that it thinks you will like. And then at the end of the day, you're just constantly having your opinions reinforced. You know?
Problem with YouTube too is that you'll get suggested the same shit over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending loop of the same shit forever and ever until you're dead.
I used to always be looking for stuff I hadn't seen before, and now I watch the same shit every day.
Get something
Yeah.
off the wall once in a while, though. You get something off the wall once in a while.
Every now and then, yeah, they'll throw you a fucking curveball, but it's probably about 30 minutes in length too.
It's
you-
always weird though that it's something you would like. Like it's like they're formulating, taking time and figuring out what you're going to be into, and then they
That's-
give you something.
I mean, there's a reason they give you all those surveys too. It's been like a lot of videos on YouTube. If you're watching it on your phone anyway, which is mostly the way I watch, is like you're always getting hit with surveys. Like, out of this, what would you be most likely to recommend to this, or what would you most likely be interested in out of this? So it's just, I mean, yeah, it's trying to gain an algorithm on your fucking patterns and like your behaviors, your interests. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll find some shit for you, honky. You wait. you gonna get some of this? Oh yeah, you like supplements, bro? I heard you say you like supplements.
Yeah.
So we got a fucking super suck for you, bro. All you gotta do is just take this son of a bitch. You're gonna grow wings and hoofs, and you're gonna have demon horns come out, and you're gonna be able to fucking pillage cities.
I mean, and it goes from platform to platform too, because it's like you might YouTube like supplements that you like, and then all of a sudden on Instagram you'll be getting ads like, check out these supplements, bro. Like, we know you've been Googling these supplements, but we got these supplements that do the same thing with different branding. That's the ones you need, bro.
Man, Facebook is really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even take... It could be like 3 hours after I mention something, and it's got something rendered in my ads already with that. Most likely, I do end up checking out.
Yeah.
Like I showed you something earlier, those Level Up mushrooms. Like, that was a Facebook recommended ad, and it's something I'm going to consider buying from because, god damn it, they got me.
They got you,
They
yeah.
fucking got me.
Yeah, because they know exactly what you want.
It's the
think you
truth,
like
though.
this.
I mean,
I
like,
do.
the
Yeah.
system,
Like
the
this.
system has got it figured fucking out.
Yeah.
Like, it does.
That's
like,
the price you pay for their service.
At
Yeah.
the end of the day, I mean, like, they've got you by the balls one way or the other. Straight up, they do. I mean, like, what are you going to do? Turn voice services off? And
Or
then
even,
what?
think about this, even if you
Yeah.
deleted your Facebook, they're still going to hold on to that data forever, and it's still going to be linked to your phone number and your
Yep.
phone. So,
It's when you fucking sign up to have an account. It's right there in the fine print.
yeah, it's
And-
going to follow you for the rest of your life.
And all
regardless.
of the apps, like sign up for Pinterest. Hey man, it's a little easier. Why don't you just log in with your Facebook?
Yeah.
Why don't
Any-
you just sign in like that?
Any image you share on Instagram does not belong to you anymore. The
No.
likeness is not
Yeah.
yours anymore. If an advertisement grabs it, it's theirs. They can have whatever they want with it. You
Yeah.
sign for
but-
that.
Hey, it's a free picture service. Look what you get.
Yeah, and I like how people freak out whenever like somebody like this is my Facebook, man. What are they
Yeah.
doing taking my this is my Facebook? It's like no, it's not.
Hey, why they got a picture of my fucking baby?
Yeah, it's like because you made the picture of your baby okay to post on there by
Yeah.
being on there, basically.
You decided, hey, I'm going to upload this, and therefore they were like, all right, well then we can use it.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that.
Bullshit.
Think
all
of, so the
That's
future.
a new commodity, man. It's weird.
What's that?
Data. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
user
yeah.
Data.
Yeah.
It's a new wave to move consumerism along. So.
It's a new way to make a shit ton of money. Just collecting
I don't-
information about people.
I don't like that it's influencing the direction of, like, things that we create with tech now.
What do you mean?
Like, before Facebook and social media was so big, the things that drove innovation was, like, more hardware-based, and now it's all about algorithms and AI and following your patterns and how to recommend it to make your life easier. It's no longer just hardware driven, like, hey, we're going to make this because it's going to make life easier.
Everything's integrated.
Yeah,
What you mean.
like it's all software driven now.
Don't mind me, I'm gonna smoke.
And how
Excuse me.
how long is it going to be before, like, you know, after a while of taking a break from focusing on hardware, is the software going to be able to be supported by the hardware?
I don't know, dude. Like,
Or are we
Always-
to a point with hardware where it's pretty much like it can do most of what we could conceive?
we're running into Moore's law with, like, the hardware side of things as far as processors and stuff like that goes. Like, there's only so many transistors you can fit on a die at such a scale and get this output from it. So we're getting to that, like, point to where we can't make it any smaller or any more powerful. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
What is Moore's law?
it's something to do with, like I said, how many transistors you can fit on a die.
Okay.
And it's like, it's a linear scale.
So it's basically like, you know, we used to have these big bulky computers,
Yeah,
And now
like,
we
shit
have-
used to be like this big, and now it's like.
an
tiny.
iPhone that,
Yeah.
that basically does everything a computer.
But that's all part of Moore's law. The smaller it gets, like, the least transistors, and like the hotter it gets, the faster it is.
Yeah.
So like all that comes to a peak.
Sounds like the fucking mark of the devil to me.
It is. buddy.
Mark of the beast. They said, hey, they said it'd be some
Look.
smoke if it in the palm of your hand.
Damn,
Why?
man.
Son of a bitch, it's either money.
Listen,
They gonna
buddy.
either put a chip in your fucking wrist or they gonna goddamn
Listen,
it's a
It'll be
cell
on your
phone.
forehead too.
I'm
Where's your
telling you, it's a
forehead?
cell
Yeah.
phone.
You know they're going to
It's
put
a
it on your
VR.
forehead.
That VR's the forehead demon.
That's
Look.
it.
What's easier, holding a phone in your hand or having a chip in your head where everything's already there?
Yeah.
That's
But
what I
hey,
like,
if
man.
you got
That's
chip
what I
in your
like.
head, if it's attached to your bank account, they could just shut that sumbitch off and you be broke.
But hey, man, think of when you work and they just put your money right in there like that. They just pop you in the top of the head and they say, "There's your pay right there," and they pop you in the head and that's
Right.
it.
Yeah. Hey, it's buddy.
Like the
I
tip
like
of a
ways
finger
where
and
it's
being
radio
healed at
sponsored by
a
Folkmart.
church.
I like the way this world's headed.
Ah,
We're not bad dudes.
yeah, we kind of are.
Did you say we're sponsored?
I do.
by
I
Americanizing?
would like to
Billboards.
hear the take of like. What do you think about the new 21-year-old
It's fine. That's where I
like
put it.
age limit on cigarette smoking now?
Oh, the new.
Oh, yeah, that's
new.
That's
What?
true.
The 21-year-old federal limit on smoking, the tobacco,
Yeah.
the
I
tobacco products.
honestly, man.
I get it, but let's just, if we're going to base it on biology, let's just make it 25 for everybody, like them.
Yes, thank you. Me and Jeremy were talking about that earlier today. Same
Aren't
fucking
you
thing.
guys happy with that though? You're not.
really.
You're not.
I
You're not
think you gotta
accepting
give
of
people their
21.
responsibility and their choices early on, so that they can learn how to make good choices.
I don't know, man. I think cigarettes and nicotine is just an evil monster, and I think that if we could do anything to
So-
stop people from getting addicted to it, I think that's helpful.
Is it helping though?
I think it could because and here's my argument is there are a lot of people who start smoking in high school and they start smoking because it's cool to do and it's cool to smoke in the
Right, the peer
bathroom.
pressure.
They'll just start
Exactly.
hanging out with older friends is what they'll
Yeah.
do.
But-
Just start
but-
hanging out with older people that smoke.
But what happens is when you turn 18 and you get out of high school, you don't have those influences around you anymore, but you're freshly like optimized to
Yeah.
want to smoke.
You can do whatever you want.
So it's like, all right, I'm a senior. I started smoking last year to be cool, and now I'm just going to keep smoking because I can buy them. But if you can get over that hump from 18 to 21, then I think that could make some. Like, I don't think you would graduate and continue to smoke because
Well,
you
I
couldn't
think
buy them.
they would just be too much of a headache. It'd just be too much of a headache between 18 and 21 to even fucking want to keep up with them. Like,
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you go get me a pack of smokes?
You're
while
going to
you're
keep
out?
having
You wanna do
people
that
buy
for-
you cigarettes
You'd
for
have to
4
do
years.
that for 3 years straight. Hey, can you go get me a pack? Hey, can you go get me a pack?
Yeah.
Even though you're already out, you can go vote, you can go work a job, you're out driving.
You can go die
It
in
doesn't
another
stop
country
people
for your
with
government.
alcohol, though.
No, it doesn't stop people with alcohol. I'm just saying, like, it just puts another barrier in the way of it.
Yeah,
It just makes it
absolutely.
slightly more difficult, more annoying.
Yeah.
I say
Right,
we
I'm not
legalize
arguing
cigarettes
that-
for babies. These babies are going through nicotine withdrawal. They need smoke.
It's like-
Their mothers smoked before them, and they have a bad habit. It's not their fault. Give the babies some cigarettes.
It's like where
Yeah.
do you draw your lines though? Because if 21 is okay for cigarettes in here in the United States, like what about in Japan where you can drink wine at 14?
I
You know what I
mean,
mean, like, is it 14 in Japan?
I have no idea.
I know there's some
In
European
France,
countries
you can
where it's
drink
like
wine
16.
When you're 12 if you're in a
Yeah.
culinary program.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is like, where do you draw a line at from there to there? I mean, like, I know they're not comparable.
but that's,
But
I
in
mean,
terms
yeah,
of-
that's for their country to decide, you know.
Right, I know, but it's
Like-
like if it's okay here, then like what's okay just as a broad spectrum. What would be like the ideal thing?
Well, it's like you have to put on limits, you know what I mean? Because there's just, it's going to be different regardless, person to person, let alone country to country.
Culture to culture.
Like there are some 16-year-olds out there, and I don't want to be put on blast for advocating this, but there are probably 16-year-olds out there who could drink responsibly.
Oh,
really?
I'm sure. I mean, like, probably depending on the culture
Yeah.
and, like, the environment.
But, you know, there are also 30-year-olds who should not even be allowed to walk into a liquor store because they're irresponsible fucks.
Let alone have a license to a vehicle or...
Exactly. So it's just it's you're putting a hard spot by trying to draw a hard line and say this is the age limit, but I mean at that point you at least know that the person.
We may have a day where we have an overseer of our puny little empire of puny servants. We all answer to one king.
And that's why I say we just let everybody smoke.
Just let everybody...
I'll never want any kind of tyranny, even if I'm like letting my child smoke. I don't want the government coming in.
Like, I think people should absolutely, like, as bad as I think it is, it's like alcohol or anything else. I feel like there should really be no, there shouldn't be a complete restriction on it, but there should be some sort of limit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it should be completely outlawed, outclassed. Like, why would you have a prohibition for something that makes so much money when you can just, like, increase the efforts it takes for people to get it, whether they be a longer age?
Pretty much just abolish all of the advertising for the smoking industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all you see is the truth ads about it.
I mean, it's not like people don't know that it's bad for you. You can't tell people to not do it because, like, oh, it's bad for you. People that's going to smoke, they're going to smoke. Take it from me, you know.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Isn't that weird, though, that, like, we would say that we want something to be in a place where it can't be advertised, yet we think it's okay to have it?
Right. I know, it's odd.
Like, we think, like, yeah, that's a good thing that it can't be advertised, yet we also advocate for it to be okay.
We can put it in pretty packaging and have it on display behind every counter.
Yeah, yeah.
So, ultimately, you're saying, okay, are people intelligent enough to know that, hey, this is the reason you don't see this advertised is because it's bad for you? Or, you know this is bad for you because you don't see it advertised, so why would you buy it if you're not addicted to it already?
You know, YouTube is really quick to hit you with alcohol ads left and right.
Yeah.
That does me. Like, every fucking video or so, I'm getting an advertisement for a hard liquor or something. So it's like, it may not be on television anymore. Cigarettes may be banned across the board, but fuck, they're still a gateway.
Oh, yeah.
Hardcore gateway.
Liquor isn't banned on TV, is it?
No,
Oh, okay.
It's not. I'm just saying, like, how prevalent it is.
Right.
Like, it's not just one avenue that it's coming out. It's not just television. When kids are on YouTube, man, like, how many kids are actually in on their own accounts? Like, it fucking real, you know? They're in on an 18-plus account. Yeah, they're going to see shit all the time. So.
But that's the parents' responsibility.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. That's millennial parents' responsibility.
That's the parents' responsibility.
Don't let your kid use your account. You're literally breaking the law when you do that. And if your kid breaks the law and makes his own account, then that's better than you letting him use your account, because at least you know he's a kid. He's not going to go to jail.
Yeah.
I think the thing with that is, like, now a lot of parents had grown up with the internet and having parents that didn't know nothing about the internet, so they were allowed to do whatever they wanted as a child on the internet. Mm-hmm. So they don't actually think of all the dangers that come with the internet now for a child being, not on a child account.
I can remember when me and you were in high school. Like, what was the big thing was child predators online. That was the big news story of, like,
don't trust strangers online.
Don't trust strangers. Like, that's when the Catch a Predator and all that stuff was coming out, and they were doing all these buzz.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the generational gaps. Like, you can think in high school, there's something that's going on for every generation.
That was also the era where it's like you could get a Disney VHS tape, and before the movie plays, it would have that ad where it's like, you wouldn't steal a car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't steal a house. You
Yeah.
wouldn't steal a woman's virginity.
Piracy is illegal.
It didn't say the woman's virginity. No, it didn't say.
I'm pretty sure that's
Boy,
I
that's
thought I remembered it. That's why I said it,
Oh my
But,
God.
like, that's something. How many times today have you seen an anti-piracy ad?
You don't, because they realize that there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's no point. Yeah.
People will share information. That's just how shit happens.
That's like just almost something that's been accepted.
More people are going to listen to it and enjoy it if you allow more people to access it. We're talking about numbers.
Yeah.
Lines of code.
But, like,
That's literally it.
if you're running a TV show or you are a musician and you put your stuff out there for sale, because that's your route to make money, is the media you're creating, and then people just put it out there and redistribute it for free, then that is fucked up.
Well,
but,
look on the flip side of that too, is like, hey, how many of these people would not normally have sought out your music, but because some friend just threw an MP3, on one of their MP3 players, now they're, they know who you are and they might seek your music out.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, maybe you'd watch Game of Thrones through
Yeah.
some kind of piracy, and then you end up going to their website and buying a T-shirt. You know,
Well, that was one of those shows that got helped from it.
Yeah.
Because more people saw it and went to it.
yeah.
Speaking of shows, a show that helped nothing. Can somebody please explain it to me? Because I have no idea what it is. It's a Netflix show that apparently has caused an uproar. It's about gay Jesus, I guess.
Gay Jesus? I don't know. What is it?
Well, apparently there's been a wave of people that have been canceling their Netflix subscription because this Jesus it's blasphemous.
I think it's some kind
they're-
of satire.
That Jesus is gay. Yeah, it's like a satirical show.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why? Okay. You want to refund your fucking internet subscription too? Because I assure you there's more versions of gay Jesus on it than there is on Netflix. Like, what is that? Like, there's a wave of that. And is that just outrage culture striking again, Gunnar? Or what is that? Or is that people genuinely
Nah,
being
this
upset
is-
to be upset?
To me, what that is Christians.
I mean, like, well, obviously it's a Christian issue, but it's a Christu.
That's what I was, that's what I was gonna say though, was that it's outrage culture. It's everybody thinks that they need to
Yeah,
their voice is the most important voice.
But
you know?
these people invented outrage culture. Like, before there was outrage culture, there was Christians getting pissed off at shit because it talked bad about Jesus in some way.
Yeah.
Crucified.
They're just touchy. It's
I
okay.
don't know.
I mean, like, everybody,
It's
like,
so
there's a
hard.
They don't have to subscribe to Netflix.
There's so much. I mean, exactly. And
Maybe they'll
there's,
associate this with the BoJack Horseman thing and bring it back.
there's so much outrage culture, though. Like, you can't deny that. If you go on any social media platform, the outrage is so real and the gang mentality is so real. Like, cancel culture, I mean, like, that especially is really popular. You know,
Yeah.
like, people want to band up and fucking get somebody shut down because of what shit they said 10 years ago, maybe? It could be something, a small infraction that they did. What, motherfucker jaywalked? Poor example, but
Well,
you know what I mean. Like,
the Dave Chappelle special on
yeah,
Netflix.
there you go, good example.
Whenever it first came out, Rotten Tomatoes,
they panned it for like the transsexual jokes, didn't they?
that and like this Rotten Tomatoes made it to where it was a badly reviewed
Yeah.
piece of work, but whenever the customer reviews came in, it shot up, and that's just because the people.
There's an agenda to push.
Yeah, exactly, and
That'll get
whether
more clicks.
yeah, and whether people actually like it or not, it doesn't matter because that's not the culturally appropriate opinion to have.
Right. But it's also the one that's going to generate probably the most revenue.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like a shoddy ass reporter online and does that shit, you know? Like, that's all about who's going to get the clicks. That's why fake news, like, regardless of what Trump may or may not say, like, that is a real problem. And if anything, it's definitely surged. There's a control on it, they're trying to be, but there's a very definite ratio out there of outlets that are just untrue. And,
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
yeah, I mean, like, it's either they're all untrue or they all slant and favor something
Yes.
really strong opposed to the opposite
Just a
side.
version of it.
But
Yeah.
but how can you survive if you don't sensationalize? Put
You
yourself in the shoes of, you're a writer, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, put yourself in the shoes of if you got on with this publication and like it came down to, okay, if you don't get enough clicks on this article, then you're fired. Okay, how are you going to get clicks on that article?
I'm going to juice it up.
You're going to juice it up with
I'm
that
going to
title.
shoot it in the ass with some steroids and say, you get on the fucking field, buddy.
Yeah.
Look returns.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's a Z-Pack.
but then it runs into the problem with people only read the headlines. And if your headline
That's
is...
a very common thing. Jesus Christ. People would read the headlines and nothing else, and that's what they go off of. Like, oh my, most of the time you read an article, it has nothing to do with the headline. If anything, it's very minimal.
Yeah. But they have to get you to click.
And that's what
That's how
people
they
will
get paid.
That's what people will share on their, their Facebook, Twitter, whatever. They will always share these links too, and like people on their friends list, they won't read it.
No.
Most of the time, how often do you think people are actually reading it? There's a few, but most people are just reading that headline. They're like, That's the news.
Well, there needs to be like a line drawn between political commentary and actual journalism.
Yeah, there should be.
It's not a good, efficient way to do it right now. The logo in the top corner or something like that.
What do you mean?
Like when you're watching a news story and it's political commentary, but they're dressing it up like the news, like Sean Hannity. Like
a Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, like Bill O'Reilly.
That's not a bad idea.
What do you like? You put a
logo in the corner so that people
What?
know the difference between actual journalism and political commentary.
Like you know how they do native advertisement and they'll do like a story to promote a product or some kind of good or commodity.
Yeah.
And they have to say this is an advertisement at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea.
Let
They're not
Jesse
gonna do
host
that,
it.
but
No,
yeah,
they're-
there you go. Put Jesse Ventura on every news show.
He's the host. I host the only singular news outlet that exists on television.
So that
That's
is
horrible,
honestly
Jesse.
the other side of the coin. Do we just let the government control the media? Like,
Yeah, see, that's the problem too.
No,
because
you can let
this
label
comes
it,
down
though.
to like a cost problem too. You have to cater to those extremes to bring in the audience to pay for the material you're putting out. So you have to have the clicks from tons of people, whether they read the article or not. That share or that click feeds into their algorithm of getting paid in some way. So you have to supplement. You have to take that away and give them another way of making money. Like people actually have to pay them to read their sources. Which, honest to God, I hate. Like the New York Times and shit when it pops up and says you're out of free whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not reading this for the next month. So
You're just
Probably just stop with the New York Times. They're
Right.
terrible.
But anyways, so that's the other side of it. Like you have to have a way for them to make money off of what they're printing. So do you let them sensationalize so they can make that money, or do you cut them back in some way?
and then also you have to think about like if it's the company who's putting it out, they're the ones who are going to be drawing the line as to what is political commentary. But you know, it's always going to be more interesting to say this ain't commentary, this is fact.
Yeah.
The world is coming to an end.
So all you do is make it illegal to do that.
at least separate.
Yeah, make it so that you have to label it or make it a completely.
There's a clear line. Like, I don't know how many people, for example, are watching Onion News and thinking that's legitimate. You know what I mean? Like, Onion is clear
Yeah.
as day satire. You know it's satire from Jump Street. Like, I don't know. There should just like that kind of dividing line. Like, it's that obvious that this is factual. This is legitimate reporting and journalism. This is speculation and satire and fucking whatever else you want to
And
show
people
in
still
this category.
confuse it.
Oh yeah, people are selective. People will just select what they want to believe is true anyway, regardless if it's satire. So a lot of people believe some satirical shit to be true, and and of course that exists,
Yeah.
especially if it's really good satire.
Yeah.
Very believable. Could be. Gun-boi here is a handsome fucking devil. I hope he is the poster child for BrainCake going forward. This is the first episode. This is the true legitimate pilot. We have recorded probably over 10 or 12 episodes possibly. Do you have any update on those for the future?
Yeah, I mean, we have 8 episodes, so
Okay, 8.
we have 8 episodes backlogged that we're going to upload under BrainCake leftovers. So I mean,
Delicious.
and I guess that could come out like bi-weekly.
I hope there's no mold or like fucking living beings forming on it.
Oh, there would
Moldy
definitely.
brain cake.
Yeah, there would.
Brain
Dude, I threw out some moldy ass fucking butterscotch cake the other day. It was horrifying. I was ashamed.
Did you try some?
Fuck no! It had become blue and green. And it looked like a river. It was a river of fungus was forming all the way through, and I was like, "Sweet
God.
mother, oh my!"
It was turning into the flood.
Oh,
Man,
oh yeah.
y'all ever do that with like coffee cups? Cause like I'll just let a coffee cup chill in my
yeah.
car for
Oh yeah.
My bedroom's full of those right now. I sleep my room all the time.
moldy coffee cup.
Basically a fungus terrarium.
Jeremy can
Yeah.
tell you I've
I'm
had
hoping
one
that I just sprout mushrooms.
like my trusty fucking thermos.
Oh,
I have not cleaned that motherfucker in 2 months, but I've not drunk coffee and I've just not thought about it.
Yeah.
But if I look at it, it's an abortion. It's an abortion inside that fucking thermos.
Pour some boiling water in there.
Don't you feel
Two
so
times.
bad about yourself
I'm
when you
ashamed.
let?
I'm ashamed.
I am not. Look, hands down, I will throw away a container before I clean it out. Sometimes. I'm not.
No, I couldn't take holy water to it. There was somebody that Keegan and I grew up nearby that would take holy water and throw it at people's doors though and leave Bibles on their doorsteps.
Oh my
That's the
god.
only
Yeah.
way to save them sometimes.
Like I won't say his name, but
You gotta
he
do
knows
it by
exactly what I'm
force.
talking about.
Push that religious.
He also
agenda.
would be outside of people's bushes in the naked, like, or just in the nude and covered in mud, jerking off
Yeah.
outside people's windows. These
He
are
did
like
that.
true stories. It's incredible.
You did that?
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, Jimmy did it, man.
I wasn't about that life.
Don't let
man.
him
I'm
lie
not
to
about
you.
the stalker, like, Bible thumping shit. It ain't me.
Oh yeah.
I meant the jerking off outside somebody's window.
In the
Oh, no,
bushes.
I've not done that in probably like 5 years. No.
Dude, we had a scenario where my mom one time when I was younger, she was just doing dishes, and of course you have like a little window above the dish doing place,
Got to.
you know, look out
Got
at the
to.
sun, something nice to keep you moving while you're washing dishes, and well, she looked up one day and it was just a man jerking off up there.
Yeah, right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Just standing right in the middle of the road, just tugging on his dick. Just tugging away. Staring at my sister.
Staring at your sister.
Just tugging away.
Did you ever know who he was?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to high school with him. I knew exactly who he was.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. He's a
my
short,
God.
little, chubby, round fucker.
Is he alive? Is he around?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he is, and I'm sure he's reproduced it probably like
Wow.
several times. So that's unfortunate.
That's
really.
impressive.
Yeah.
Usually the people that don't need to breed like that do. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they're the ones who
There's a
pop
reason why
out
there's so
five.
many of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because it takes intelligence to realize that, hey, maybe now is not the time to reproduce.
Yeah. Maybe now's not a time in this economy and or anything else to have a child in a stable home.
Or just my own personal life, you know?
Maybe I'm not ready for it, but society tells me I should be.
I'm jerking off in the middle of the road. Maybe I shouldn't have a child. Maybe I need to get my shit
I
together.
mean,
a
if you're
little
the kind of guy that jerks off in the middle of the road
You're probably
in the
on.
Probably
daytime,
need
no
to
less.
more. Oh yeah, this
You're
is
probably
what they say.
you're probably
Yeah.
the boyfriend on 16 and pregnant. That's an outdated reference.
Oh my
That's
God.
probably
yeah.
you.
That guy also went to jail for stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The guy
Yes.
that
Oh
Went
my
to jail
God.
for it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hope he told
More
it.
than
Right.
What are you in for? Stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
just had to have them.
I wonder what cards he stole that he did time for.
I hope it was worth it.
I mean, like, don't they sell them all
Yeah,
like
I
a
hope
mystery
that's
Like
right.
a
pack?
sky
usually?
dragon or something at least.
Yeah.
So isn't it like taking a gamble if you were to steal something like that? It's like a loot crate, right?
It's like, man, I went to jail
Yeah.
for Goldine, man.
Yeah,
fuck, I
stole this Pokemon pack and all I got was goddamn Godine. Going to jail for Godine?
Magic card.
That's dedication. That's kind of like going to the electric chair and your last meal you still stay on Weight Watchers. That's dedication, too.
Yeah.
Just a cup of coffee.
That's major dedication. Like
Just a
the,
glass of tea.
R.I.P. Dangerfield.
oh man, was that a Dangerfield
That was a
joke?
Dangerfield joke.
Damn. Dangerfield has survived through the generations. In like the jokes that he told, most people don't even know that he's the origin.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I didn't know that until you mentioned it.
Bananas.
Most people just know Rodney Dangerfield as a pigeon on the Animaniacs.
I don't even know that.
Was he a pigeon on the Animaniacs?
Yeah.
No, but they modeled one after him.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That made sense. I mean, Rover Dangerfield is a thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah. He
It's an
played a
old
dog.
cartoon movie called Rover Dangerfield. Yeah, he was a cartoon dog, and it was the most hideous goddamn dog you could ever imagine. He had a gambling problem. He loved cigars. It was cool.
He was cool.
It's kind of like Easy Money, but a dog. But not about gambling, and the subject is way more PG. It's
No,
just the character makes me think of that because.
Not an X-rated one like Fritz the Cat.
Right, no.
Right. Okay.
What was Fritz the Cat?
It was a weird fucking animated movie that was really adult oriented and had a lot of racial and sexual humor and drug abuse. And
What was it Dumbo that had the crows?
Fritz.
yeah.
Was that an Adult Swim thing?
No.
Wait. Help me. Fritz the Cat.
I'm trying to remember
Machinima?
when it came out. It came out a long ass
I
time
know a
ago.
fun
It came
fact,
out
Fritz
like
the Cat was
80s,
also the name
70s,
of
70s.
Twisted's producer for many years.
Pretty sure some of it's on
Felix.
Netflix.
Or Fritz the Cat.
The
not
guy that did
Felix.
it did a weird, like, other animated movie that was also adult oriented. It was like a fantasy thing.
What's
I
that?
can't remember what the name of it. The guy that did Fritz the Cat. It was an animation studio. They did the. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not full shit here, that they did the Lord of the Rings animated stuff too.
If somebody's listening to this right now, they're probably pulling their fucking hair out if they know the answer.
They did Shrek. It was Shrek.
Yeah.
It was
I didn't know
We're
there
gonna
was,
pass that off as true.
I didn't know there was animated Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, they did. What they do? 2 parts, or did they only do the 1 part of the Lord of the Rings and do 2 parts of the Hobbit? I
Probably
think they
The
did 2
Hobbit.
parts of the Lord
Oh,
of the
you're
Rings.
talking about like the old VHS cartoon.
I'm
animated.
talking about cartoon movie of the Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, if they made like an animated series of Harry Potter, did it like a Netflix
Yeah.
exclusive?
I'm surprised nobody ever capitalized on that.
For real? How has there not
Yeah.
been more
If they
Harry
did it
Potter?
Japanese anime style, it would be amazing.
That would be amazing, wouldn't
That
it?
would I could see that. That would probably work better.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, send it over to Japan. Let them animate this shit.
They're already
Create
making
something.
an army. Jimmy, don't give them too much power.
Well, they already had Pokemon. They started a long time ago with brainwashing all of us here. So
With Pokemon.
Like we brainwashed them.
Pokemon.
What's that
Oh,
After the war, we came in to Americanize Japan.
oh yeah, you're right.
We're good at that.
We're
at
good. We do that
Americanizing.
we do that all the time.
America's good at Americanizing, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
The best at it, really.
Yeah. We're pretty much the only ones who could do it.
Can you
On a regular
imagine though?
basis.
You imagine though if we went to the next level where we had other countries Americanizing for us? Like,
Wow.
We just send like Guam and American Samoa out on like a missionary trip to Americanize
Puerto
other
Rico.
countries.
yeah.
Puerto
yeah.
Rico, yeah. If we won't let them be a staple, we'll let them run over and do errands for us, Americanize them.
I think you guys should have McDonald's. That would be a good idea.
Well, you know that like KFC is the #1 thing in China. The #1
Yeah.
restaurant in China.
Yeah,
What?
that's true.
#1 restaurant chain in China is KFC.
That is statistically
Same
true.
with Hong Kong.
Gunnar, what was the statistic you told me about China and teeth brushing? Was that China?
Oh, it's from the early 2000s. There was a statistic that 50% of Chinese people had not brushed their teeth ever in their entire lives.
That's incredible.
Never.
Never.
So they just got
But
KFC
it's a
stacked.
recent cultural thing that's coming
On
in
their
from
breath.
America.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
If they have double downs, does the
probably don't.
Chinese KFCs have double downs? They should.
I don't think they.
They probably
double
have. They
downs.
probably have more sense to do that.
I don't know, man. They eat duck fetuses. They probably do have a double
I
down.
would
They
say-
probably have like a more abortion themed double down than we have.
It sounds
duck
great.
fetus
I would
double
like
down.
to try some duck fetus double
I
downs.
could not.
Yeah.
I'll double down on a fucking piece of chicken on top of some bacon with a
I
duck
see
fetus
beef,
under it with some chicken.
pizza.
I can't even eat ham hocks, man. Ain't no way I'm eating a whole
Why can't you eat ham hocks?
because it's foot.
James eats bull testicles sometimes.
It's right
Pig,
on the foot.
pig
Pig
testicles.
testicles.
They're good, actually.
You've ate pig testicles?
Yeah, they're good.
What do they
I
taste
eat a
like?
testicle before I eat a
It just
foot.
kind of tastes like an organ meat, really.
What is, I don't
Organ
even.
meat?
I don't even know what organ
Elaborate,
meat
please.
Like
tastes like.
liver or something, you know, but not as chewy.
Okay, I don't even.
Well,
do-
Is it like liver? Like a chicken
Yeah,
liver?
but not as chewy.
Well, I imagine
Well,
liver is like that strong flavor because of like.
It's good. I mean, I've only had it breaded and fried, though.
I just can't get past the idea of a testicle busting in my mouth.
Well, I mean, it's cut up
Because I
slices.
feel
Yeah,
like I'm
that's
hurting
true.
myself.
It's cut up in
because-
slices.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
whole
big.
testicles.
They got big
Oh,
old
I thought
testicles.
you did.
Big.
Yeah.
testicles.
Okay.
Okay.
You might do that with lamb testicles.
Well, I'm glad. Well, I thought you did
Like
a bull.
a fist-sized one wouldn't
The
even
bull,
be impressive.
you can
Like,
get
that's
the
just
full.
kind of.
What is
you're
a
not like
meal?
taking the whole testicle though.
I
And
mean,
just putting
if
it in
you're
your
eating
mouth.
big
Whether
enough,
you-
probably
I
worse
don't
than that.
Well, I assume not. It's just weird though to me.
Yeah, you gotta cut it
two
with
in
you
one
gotta cut the
sitting, you
testicle
really
with a
like
knife.
it.
Shut
You
up!
gotta take a knife and slice the testicle into thin strips.
Shut the fuck up! It hurts.
Well, you have to skin them first. There's a sacrifice.
Yeah, that is true. You have to take the skin off of the testicle.
You know, I had a
It's kind of a
friend
bitch
once.
to do.
Oh god.
They fell down a flight of stairs and they split their nutsack wide open. And their balls fell out.
Oh, they fell out.
I have a
Whoops.
story about something similar.
My balls
I'll
fell
have
out,
to
y'all.
podcast.
Whoops, just packed them right back in my sack. Hang on, we gotta go to the hospital, stitch them some bitches up.
Did he get to keep them?
Yeah, you kept them.
Oh wow.
He's got my little jar right back there. I look at him sometimes and get real sad.
Yeah. It's impressive.
It is very
They just
impressive.
fill the empty space with silicone. It's okay.
Mmm,
Silicone
silicone
balls.
balls.
Huh?
They're doing that for dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving them little fake balls
Dude,
Why?
that's great.
because they
I
get
guess-
self-conscious. They don't have their
Oh.
testicles anymore.
How do you
that
know?
matters to the
How do they
dog.
know?
Yeah,
They
they.
don't know. It's a bunch of dumbass people who feel bad because they got their dog snipped.
Yeah.
So they're gonna pay $1,000 to go put him through surgery again and put some fake
Put some
nuts in.
marbles in their nutsack.
Just
Yeah,
to really
little-
fuck with his head like they were
So
gone
wait.
and now they're back.
Lil Ruru just hasn't been the same since we had him fixed. So we just got him some implant balls.
Yeah, well, that would be a
He's
huge
great now.
mindfuck to him. Like,
So doesn't like when if a human goes and gets their testicles clipped, doesn't that affect hormone production? In
I'm not
males?
aware that we do testicle clipping
Well,
on a regular basis.
Like a
Yeah.
vasectomy.
yeah, actually, it's more common in birth control.
that's not the same thing as like cutting your balls off.
Oh, well,
They put a thing in the
That's
in
what I
tube,
thought
right?
you meant.
no,
They,
well, that's
they
what I
separate the
thought.
vas deferens from the what the hell is it? The vesicle.
Yeah,
Did you say that's more common than birth control?
I said it's becoming a more common birth control.
Oh, okay.
For
a more
males.
common form?
But they're
of
actually
thing.
working on like some kind of cream or some shit for males for birth control.
I wish they
Chemically
just cut my
castrate
balls
themselves.
off.
What are they talking about? Like reduced semen production?
I don't know.
Laptops
I
on my
gotta
lap have
research
done
that
that for
because
many
if you're not
years.
castrating yourself chemically, then I might be into some cream you put on your balls to not get people pregnant.
Dude,
Yeah.
you would probably be more comfortable with creamy balls.
definitely.
Well, they're dry as a fucking bone.
Exactly,
right
that's
now,
what I'm
so-
saying. So it's like beneficial. You know, they make
Dry
ball
balls.
deodorant now and
Got
stuff.
dry
Right?
balls and I'm running out of time.
Some
man.
lotion, man.
Well, they make
Yeah.
ball deodorant. So like, let's just get you some beneficial ball lotion. So that way you
I
have.
jerk off the lotion. It doesn't do anything.
I mean,
to my
this
balls.
is
Get you
like
some of the
medicated-
BBL, man.
The gold
Get
ball
you some of the
working.
beneficial ball lotion.
No, this is
bro.
medicated ball lotion, so your balls don't chafe, and so that way.
You can use it in your perennial area.
That's right. You can tuck it up in there good.
It's made for your balls.
I mean, like, no, this is just a product I'm shooting off on the fly with
No.
you. Making it up. Well, he's-
Shooting off, huh?
I mean, like, he said something about having creamy balls.
No, he said he had
You
dry
said-
balls, man.
You
Yeah,
said he
dry
had
balls.
creamy balls.
No, I
Yeah.
said he would like creamy
Yeah, that's
balls
right.
to have creamy balls.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would like creamy balls.
Why not?
Well,
What about cotton balls?
It sounds like food.
I wear
It does. I
think
underwear
of, like,
really tight
mushroom,
around my
cream of
balls so that
mushroom.
my balls don't touch my leg, and I feel like when your balls are slippery and wet, they always touch your leg,
Are
and
you-
that's what enforces you to take a shower.
Are your balls like yogurt?
Little yogurt balls.
Do you come tapioca?
Or my wait, is my balls like yogurt or is my cum like yogurt? What are
Either
you trying
one.
to
Yeah.
ask?
I mean, we need clarification.
Either
I mean,
one.
Jesus.
Either way, no. But
Didn't
I mean,
it?
I wanted to know. He was talking about cum. It's a more reasonable question. than
Yeah.
he was talking about balls.
Yeah. I mean, if you had yogurt balls, then they need to be more protected. We need some
Yeah,
armor
well-
around the sack.
I don't know, man. If you had yogurt balls, wouldn't they they would just absorb any
Aren't
impact?
yogurt balls a
Maybe.
dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There
so.
are there like Go-Gurt little packages that like
I don't
Go-Gurt?
think they make Go-Gurts anymore, do they?
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
like yogurt.
Oh, yeah.
My little sister puts me on lunch all the time.
Go-Gurt was awesome, man.
I'm old. Let me yell at the. God damn it, hiccups.
I also
let me
have
yell at the
hiccups.
clouds.
Dude, I eat Lunchables on a regular basis. I'll never get old.
What's your favorite Lunchable?
Pizza Lunchable.
Pizza
Yeah,
Lunchable.
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Pepperoni pizza lunch.
Yeah, I do love the cracker Lunchables though because I like the bologna cracker ones though because I'm dirty. I'm from the South.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite lunch was the chicken. chicken pizza.
They have chicken pizza Lunchables?
Never heard.
If you can find if you can find them, yeah, they exist.
If you can find them, yeah, they exist.
No,
It's the
seriously.
most cryptic shit I ever heard anybody say in my life.
No.
That's like what would happen if
It's
a
like
guy
what-
pulled you into the back and told you he knew where Bigfoot was. It's like, you can find him if you know where he exists.
Look, I bought him months ago.
About the G spot.
'Cause I work third shift, so like I buy shit like that all the time. And I used to buy those regularly, but I've not seen them in Walmart where we live at months. So it's like, they're fucking elusive. God damn it! They're elusive. They are elusive.
You've got hiccups, and I've got heartburn. We're hell of a pair, ain't we?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hiccups and heartburn, that's...
It comes with 2 little pizza.
I'm pretty sure that's a Stevie Nicks song.
Pizza flat, whatever. Bread.
I
Crust.
always like to put the M&Ms on my pizza.
I forgot those were a thing. The dessert pizza
Why?
ones. Weren't
Wait.
those Lunchables
No, I
ones?
put the M&Ms on the pepperoni.
He
pizza.
just does it, like... It's just, you're not
I-
supposed to, but he's...
I dipped a
rebellious, and he
blueberry top.
does.
You're not
I
supposed-
dipped a
it's
blueberry top
taboo.
tart
Yeah.
nacho cheese
It's a
one time, and
it's taboo. Not in America. That's probably right at
It's
home.
delicious. I can see why the French cream fucking wine and eat chicken.
Chocolate pizza, hell yeah. Let's all go to a pizza buffet. Let's go.
I like CC's Pizza Buffet, honestly.
I've never had
I like the
CC's.
volume of CC's Pizza Buffet.
There's a
Yeah.
place in Tennessee that's like it though. It's called Charlie's.
Oh,
Same thing.
man.
It's like, hey, buddy, we got a place over here called Crystal.
It's just some dude. It's just some guy named Charlie that makes pizza.
What kind of pizza do they have?
Whatever kind you want.
Like, is it a buffet, though?
Yeah,
Do they have it with M&M's on it?
probably if they.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Just bring them in
Yeah.
a couple bags on your trip.
You can go and tell them to
Place
make a
order.
pizza and they'll
Yeah, I want
make it.
I want
and put it
M&M
on
pizza.
the
Here's about
Well, they
5
give
bags of
me-
hazelnut
Like
M&M.
and do like
Please
buffalo
put these all on my
ranch or
zone.
whatever, chicken and stuff like that.
I want
Yeah.
chocolate
They
chip
make
tacos,
crust.
Not M&M's.
And they got
They're
the salad
delicious.
bar and dessert
I've
bar.
not heard of
Man, I remember whenever I was younger, Pizza Hut buffet was awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is anymore. Well, how satisfied would you guys be on a scale from 1 to 10 if I was like, I'm going to take you guys Pizza Hut buffet?
Depends on how
I'd be
much stuff
happy.
that.
crust I
Depends
have.
on if
I
the
mean,
salad's
If
fresh.
you're taking me anywhere, I'm gonna be happy.
I mean, yeah, take that out of it. Say you're paying. Say you're paying,
If
but
I'm
I'm
paying-
choosing.
You
And
all
it's
are-
like $6 for Pizza Hut buffet.
If I'm paying, but you're choosing, yeah, I'd probably be like, no, why you want
Depends on how much stuff crust I
We're
can
going to
get.
Gaddy's during lunch hours.
I mean, it's not hurting my feelings, but like,
Like
we go somewhere
$4.50.
else.
Yeah.
$4.50 for a buffet. $5 for a buffet during lunch hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a really good price.
Guys, if I was paying for us to all eat somewhere and you guys said, let's go to Pizza Hut, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go to Pizza Hut.
I love pizza.
I'm super satisfied with Pizza Hut.
I don't like Pizza Hut. I feel like it's the worst chain pizza restaurant.
No,
What?
I agree. I agree with you.
No.
No way is it the
No,
worst.
the
It is,
exact
man.
opposite.
I agree
Fuck
with
you
you.
guys. Thank you,
I do.
James.
No. Pizza
Like-
Hut's like,
Well, I don't know. Little Caesars
one of the best.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think Little
Probably-
Caesars. I
If it's
legitimately.
not the best, Papa John's is the best.
Papa
Pizza
John's
Hut
is the
or
best.
Papa
That we can
John's.
agree. Besides Domino's.
I like
Domino's.
Pizza Hut
Domino's
more than
doesn't
those.
count. It's not around here. They don't love us. Fuck them.
I think I like
They
Pizza
left
Hut
us.
more than all of them.
I think Domino's is number 1. Papa John's number 2. Little Caesars number 3. And Pizza Hut number
How is
4.
Little Caesars above Pizza Hut? I thought you just weren't counting it. 'cause it
I
wasn't
pretty
real
much
pizza.
agree with you, but I'd probably put like Little Caesars at the bottom.
No, I
Mine
really
probably
think
goes-
pizza. I think even if they were the same price, I'd prefer Little Caesars
My order probably
compared to
goes
Pizza Hut.
Here's the
Pizza
thing, I do
Hut,
love Little Caesars,
Domino's,
but I'm not trying to bash it.
Little Caesars,
But I'm
Papa
bashing it
John's.
because I love Pizza Hut.
I kind of want a Little Caesars pizza right now.
Yeah, see.
When
What
you
was
can
your
get them
rank,
when they're hot,
Jimmy?
they're fucking delicious.
Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, Papa John's.
Really?
Pizza Hut is your number 1.
Papa John's.
Papa
is
John's is my
bomb.
least favorite.
That's the.
I like
You're a
Papa
bastard.
John's. No, I
You're
love
a ba-
fuck you.
you're-
I love
you're a
all 4 of
demon.
them.
You're a monster.
I love all 4 of them. It's just Papa John's my least favorite one.
Where does it fit if you put Giovanni's in there?
I've never had
Giovanni's I would actually put underneath Pizza Hut.
Real.
Okay, I would put
Oh wait, that's at the
Giovanni's.
top of your list. We agreed on Pizza Hut.
I'd
Yeah,
put
I agree with
Giovanni's above Little Caesars. It'd be my number 3, I think.
It'd
So
be
we
my
all
2.
like them, except for James who hasn't tried it. And Jeremy, have you
Yeah,
tried
never
Little
tried it.
Caesars a few times?
You've had
Giovanni's?
Giovanni's.
Yeah, I've had Giovanni's.
All right.
You guys ever had Donato's?
No.
No.
Actually, I'm sorry. I said this one time to somebody, and they were like, "What?" And then they were like, "You mean Donato's?" And I was like,
Donato's.
Oh, I ain't never seen Italian in his life.
Toes before?
Is that Donatello's toes? Donato's?
Yeah, no, it's
a
just-
pizza place.
No, it's just
It's
Donna's toes. She's a nasty bitch.
"Yeah, it's
like
like a
calling
gross
the game.
librarian."
It's like
She
calling
doesn't
the
wear
gale
shoes.
my goal.
Goes barefoot a lot.
Oh
My
yeah,
goal.
oh
No, I've
yeah.
never even heard of that, so.
She
I've
steps
heard
on
of
the
it, but
books
never-
at the library. She likes the way they feel.
She would.
Yeah, she's Donna.
Fuck Donna. Donna sucks. What about, where do you throw mellow mushroom in on this bunch, or do you even consider that?
No, mellow mushroom.
It's
would-
a different category.
It's substantially better than all of those.
Nah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's a different cost point, though, for
Yeah.
sure.
Is there any
Exactly.
other pizza chains we're really missing that's kind of like that? Like,
The rain.
The rain is bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Is Hunt's Giovanni's? Or
Do
is
you
Hunt's
consider
Brothers?
Pizza Pro or Pizza Plus?
Hunt's Brothers
Hunt's
is
Brothers?
like its own like
Hunt's
separate
Brothers
gas
is-
station thing.
Okay, well, all right. How Hunt's Brothers? Where do you all put Hunt's Brothers?
You know, I would actually say if there were like 3 tiers of pizza, I would say like mellow mushroom is top tier, mid tier is like Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and then low tier is like Hunt's Brothers because it's at gas stations. But
Dude,
I think Hunt's Brothers is better than probably Little Caesars and Pizza
I
Hut.
was gonna say I would have
Hunt's
put it.
Brothers is my number 2 if we're putting it in there.
It's
I was
good.
gonna say it would have been my. I would also agree. Me and Gunnar are the pizza kings over here.
Yes, sir.
Hunt's Brothers is like,
As in
it's
kings,
like going
we
to the
agree.
gas station
Kings
to
of
get
Leon.
like they got it at the
Sets on
grocery
fire.
store.
That's
It's
what
frozen
pizza's
pizza.
like.
They're just
Yes,
heating it up
sir.
for you.
I've fucked pizzas all day.
I enjoy it.
Picking the pace.
I enjoy it. That's what it feels like.
They're pretty good. This
one.
rain,
I like their
man.
sauce and cheese.
We might be getting rained out. We've been recording almost an hour anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, don't want us to keep talking this way.
Yeah, said your pizza conversation's over, fuckers.
Well,
Had a whole pizza conversation. Not one reference to Joe Pesci.
Yeah, not a single reference to Joe Pesci. We're trying to have a pizza conversation, and all we get is a piece of a conversation.
that's right. That is right. And we'll end on that.
God damn it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Happy pilot.
We love you. Happy pilot. Hopefully it's not too rainy because Mother Nature hates us. We love you.
Have a good 2020.
Goodbye.
Peace out.